Hello and welcome to today's video. So, the weekend just gone, or as you're seeing this probably a couple of weekends ago, I spent a day in London. Me and my boyfriend went to London, spent a day. I hadn't been to London since like April 2019 I think. Whenever the like Avengers movie came out in 2019, that's the last time I went to London, because I had a day by myself in London and my boyfriend went to see the movie with his friends. So I'm pretty sure it was like April time. So I essentially made up a bit of a list. We went round quite a few places that we just knew were favourites, knew were places we liked. We didn't really explore anywhere, we didn't see anything new, but we just kind of settled back into like doing London, and we're definitely going to do it again now throughout the year because it was so much fun. It's a place that we used to go relatively frequently, like 2 or 3 times a year, and then we haven't been for 4 years? Yeah, 4 years. So yeah, basically I recorded little clips throughout the day. I'm going to put them in. It's only about 3 minutes, but it kind of shows you what we got up to. We didn't do much. I think we had 7 hours there in total. So yeah, got lunch, got cookies, went to a couple of bookshops, went to Camden, got tea, got back on the train. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But hopefully you enjoyed these clips, and then I'll come back in a moment with the books I ended up purchasing. Okay, so as you saw from the clips, we did a fair bit. So we only had 7 hours, we did a fair bit, and I ended up coming away with this pile here. There are 4 books and 1 notebook here, so yeah, let's just get into it. I picked up this cute little notebook. This was in Waterstones, and it was the Sunflowers pocket size notebook, and it's a decomposition notebook, so it's 100% post-consumer waste recycled pages, and it's just a tiny little notebook. Essentially, the morning we're going, I normally always take a notebook and a pen with me anywhere we go travelling, anytime we go do something cool, just in case I want to sit down and write, and I couldn't find a notebook that would fit in my bag. Since the last time we used to go places, I've got a different bag, and I didn't have one small enough to fit in, so I picked this up. So yeah, I'm a fan. I think it looks really quite cute and cool, and I really like it. So that was the first thing that I picked up. And then I might as well do the other Waterstones books first. I ended up picking 3 books out of Waterstones and 1 book out of Forbidden Planet. So Waterstones, we've got these 3 here. I picked up Annihilation by Geoff Vandermeer. I have seen this around a lot but never picked it up. I used to love dystopian, like when I was like, yeah, a teenager. I read like The Hunger Games, Divergent, Maze Runner, like all of the like dystopian novels I read, and I've never read one as an adult that wasn't like 100% like pandemic based. Like I've read a few pandemic books that very much seem dystopian to me, but they are primarily like pandemic based, not dystopian based. And I do think that there is some sort of like mass environmental thing in this, but yeah, essentially it will be the first dystopian book I pick up that is fully dystopian and aimed at adults, so I'm really excited about it. I don't know a lot about it, but I've seen these covers around because they're very, I don't know, like eye-catching. It's bright neon pink, and I've also had my eyes caught by a few other Geoff Vandermeer covers, so yeah, I don't know, I just thought it was time, so I'm gonna read the back. Welcome to Area X, an Edenic wilderness, an environmental disaster zone, a mystery for 30 years. The Southern Reach, a secretive government agency, has sent 11 expeditions to investigate Area X. 1 has ended in mass suicide, another in a hail of gunfire, the 11th in a fatal cancer epidemic. Now, 4 women embark on the 12th expedition into the unknown. Sounds really cool. I'm really intrigued by it, really want to give it a go. And then the next book I picked up, this has been on my wish list for a while, like I've been actively wanting to buy this. And then when I was in Waterstones, I saw this cover, which I hadn't seen anywhere online. The cover I'd seen online was different, but I really like this cover. I think the cover I'd got like saved, and the one that I'd seen just had like 1 insect on. Obviously this has like quite a few like parts. I just really liked it. It really called to me. So yeah, this is called The Insect Crisis, a fragile dependence on the planet's smallest creatures. So essentially this is how we're getting less and less insects and how that's impacting us. How it wasn't really noticed by us first, it was first noticed by birds and because of bird populations, and I don't know, it just sounds really interesting. It sounds like a non-fiction that I would really enjoy. So again, I will read the back because I know like limited information about all of these, to be honest. I don't retain like the information on the back very well because also most of the time I like to go into books pre-blind. So yeah, let's read the back. When is the last time you were stung by a wasp or were followed by a cloud of midges? Also a butterfly. All these normal occurrences are becoming much rarer. A groundswell of research suggests insect numbers are in serious decline all over the world, in some places by over 90%. The Insect Crisis explores this hidden emergency, arguing that its consequences could even rival climate change. We rely on insects to pollinate the bulk of our agriculture. They are a prime food source for birds and fish, and they are a key strut holding up life on Earth, especially our own. In a compelling and entertaining investigation spanning the globe, Oliver Millman asks how we could live if insects no longer existed. Part warning, part celebration of the wonders of the insect world, this book is an urgent wake-up call for us all. Sounds so interesting, really can't wait to give it a read. And then if I'm going to be buying books from like a bookshop where you're paying full price, I like to go in and find a book that I've never heard of. Normally I go to the poetry section for this, and that's exactly what I did in Waterstones. I went to the poetry section, I read poems out of a variety of books, and ended up picking up this. So this is Wing. Obviously this is a very eye-catching cover. It's very eye-catching, like you can see why I was drawn to it. And I also like the poetry inside. So it says, Matthew France's new collection of poetry celebrates the richness of nature and our responses to it. The pleasures of summer are emblazoned in the colourful wings and evocative names of butterflies, while a nocturnal encounter with an earwig becomes a joyous incantation to the witchy beetle falcon robin. A dialect. France's love of history, embodied in his acclaimed Mandeville and the Mabinogi, give rise to a sequence based on Robert Hooke's microscopic observations. There are tributes to the poets Basho, Dafydd ap Gwilym and W.S. Graham, to fireworks, apple varieties, to hot toddies, and in a moving elegy for a friend killed in a parachute accident. Francis shows us a vertiginous vision of a world where even the dead sleep on the wing. Apologies if any of that was pronounced incorrectly. I was not expecting that many like names and stuff to be in there, but yeah. Essentially I read a poem, I flipped to a random page, read one, really liked it, really liked the vibe and the style of it, so picked it up and I'm really excited to get to it too. Okay, and then the book that I got in Forbidden Planet. So honestly, I wasn't planning on getting, well, I was hoping I'd get something, but I wasn't planning on anything in particular. But I saw this book that I've wanted for a while in the like reduced sale damage section, and I've looked everywhere over this book and I'm pretty sure the only damage is this tiny little tear in the cover here. Now, I've heard of this book because of Ariel Bassett and the Books Unbound podcast, which really intrigued me. I really want to give it a go. So this is Ducks, 2 Years in the Oil Sands, and it's a graphic memoir. It was down to £20 rather than the normal £25 because it's damaged. Again, I can only see that. Obviously I would have to take a lot of stickers off of it, but I think it's worth it to save a fiver. So yeah, Ducks. Again, well, first of all, I'll just show you a few pages because I think the art style is really interesting and cool. That was only from the first little like finger pinch, so hopefully that gave nothing away. Although it's non-fiction, so I don't know if it can give something away when it's real life. I don't know. Either way, let's read the front. Before there was Kate Beaton, cartoonist of Hark, a variant, there was Kate Beaton of Cape Breton Beatons, specifically Mayboo, a tight-knit seaside community where the lobster is as abundant as beaches, fiddles and Gaelic folk songs. With the singular goal of paying off her student loans, Katie heads out west to take advantage of Alberta's oil rush, part of the long tradition of East Coasters who seek gainful employment elsewhere when they can't find it in the homeland they love so dear. Katie encounters the harsh reality of life in the oil sands, where trauma is an everyday occurrence yet is never discussed. Beaton's natural cartooning prowess is on full display as she draws colossal machinery and mammoth vehicles set against a sublime Albertan backdrop of wildlife, northern lights and boreal forest. Her first full-length graphic narrative, Ducks, 2 Years in the Oil Sands, is an untold story of a country that prides itself on its egalitarian ethos and natural beauty while simultaneously exploiting both the riches of its land and the humanity of its people. Sounds so good. So yeah, that was the final book I picked up. This was actually the first book I picked up. We went to Forbidden Planet first, but yeah, those were all the books that I got in London. I do hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was a bit of a different one, a bit of a small one probably. I'm guessing it won't be too long, but those are the 4 books and the 1 notebook that I picked up in London. We had a great time, we had a great day. I thought I'd just include this now. So yeah, if you've read any of these books and think I should prioritise them, let me know down below. If there's any of these that you're interested in, let me know. And yeah, that's it from me. Do give the video a like if you liked it, subscribe down below if you'd like to see more content like this, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!